Alright, good morning, ladies and gents. My name is Micah Parr, coming back from Central Michigan today. It is October 10th, and I'm heading back into public land this morning. I'm going into a new spot, so I've waited. I've had a camera back in here for a while, but I've never been back in here to hunt in this exact spot. So I'm going in. I should be to my spot right around daylight, as it starts to break daylight, so I can get a tree picked out and everything else to get up in and get set. I've never actually done that before. It's a little bit different, but it's hard going into a new spot in the morning. So we're going to give that a shot. We'll probably do a little walking around and a little scouting after that. But yeah, we're going to get back in, get set up. Away. I'm ducked in a uprooted tree. I'm gonna grunt a couple times, make some noise, see if this buck ain't bedded right here. Alright, I am headed back in for the afternoon hunt. It is about 4 o'clock. The spot that I scouted this morning is where I'm headed. So there's a couple great big giant rubs back in here, a whole bunch of deer signs. So we're gonna scoot all the way down through here and see if we can't get set up. Alright, good afternoon. My name is Micah Parr, coming back to you from Central Michigan today. It is October the 10th, and we're in a tree stand. I decided I would take a little walk this morning, so I went for a good stroll and stumbled into the spot that I'm in right now. So I'm becoming more and more and more of a believer this year in season scouting. I feel like it puts you right where the deer are right now. There's no mistaking it compared to if you do it in September or August or something like that. So this puts me in. I know there's deer in here. There are some major trail systems, and they all neck down to this point right here. So from here on out they disperse. So all of that's bedding. It's great cover. It's great big marshy cattails, and we're right on the edge of that with the wind right in our face. So it should be a fantastic evening sit. We got about 2.5, 3 hours to sit. So we're gonna sit tight, see what happens. legal shooting time right now. He just bounded right back where he came from, and then he stopped, and I haven't heard him again. I never heard him crash or anything. All right, I'm down out of the tree. I'm about ready to walk over here and look at blood. So, see where impact site was. I just found my arrow, and it is completely coated. Snapped right off, but completely coated. And we got blood. I mean, blood all over right there, right there. Some more up here. All right, I'm going to take my jacket off, leave my jacket right here, and back out and see if I can get some help. Alrighty, we have made it back in. We are to the spot of impact. We're going on 10:30. I got Jared and Carter with me. They don't really know what this got themselves into. But yeah, we're going to start on the blood trail now. So hopefully he's laying right up here about 70, 80 yards. Back to the truck and back home now. It's going on midnight. Yeah, so we got back in there, followed blood. Looked like where I had kind of sounded like he had stopped. I think it's exactly what he did. And it looked like he had started walking. So once he started walking, he was just dumping blood. And through the marsh and the swamp like that, it was super easy to follow. But we hit the private boundary. And the last spot we marked blood was a great big pool where it looked like he had stopped. It doesn't look like he had bedded down, but he had definitely stopped and stood for a second. So I'll be back in the morning with landowner permission, and we will be back on blood, and hopefully he is laying right in there close. Should be a lot easier in the daylight. So until the morning. It is now 4:30. I've been on the track, quite honestly, pretty much since about 8:30 this morning. Yeah, it's been a long day. Buck came down, went through all of that private, and I just popped out here to the road, crossed the road. I followed it about 10 yards on the other side of the road. He's going right into an ag field, feeding. He's just walking. It's just drips here and there. It's brushing off on leaves. I mean, he's still bleeding fairly decent, but I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's feeling just fine. He hasn't bedded down yet or anything like that. So yeah, that's gonna be a wrap on that buck unless I stumble into him again later on this season. So I'm going to be back after him. I got cameras set for him. I'm excited to see in the next week or two. I'll go back and pull him to see if he has been back in there at all. But, I mean, he knows it hurt, but he had no idea what happened. So, yeah. Again, until next time, I've wrapped this thing up like 4 times today. It's been a long day. Oh, the parts of bow hunting that nobody tells you about when you start. But it is what it is. So we're out. All right. I wanted to go over a couple things from this hunt. And the first one is if you've never self-filmed or if you've never filmed period or anything like that, it's hard for people to grasp the idea of and the difference of camera light and shooting light. So unless you have an insanely high-end camera, you're typically going to be able to see with your eyes later than you will be able to camera light. So I know people are going to blow up about that on this with how dark it was. I could see that deer plain as day. And I never questioned whether or not it was too dark for me to shoot. I could see him good enough to shoot. So the second thing is shot placement. So obviously I didn't hit that deer right, but in my experiences in the past and what I thought from in my knowledge, what I've learned over the years, is on a 1/4 shot is to be hugging that shoulder, that front side shoulder, as much as possible. And from what I learned from the dog tracker, that is not the case. So I actually, that buck was slightly quartered to me, and his lead side shoulder was forward. His lead side leg was forward. And so that completely closes off his lungs. And what I ended up doing was I ended up hitting in front of that lead side shoulder. And so I was just playing too far forward. I talked to a dog tracker the next morning, and I sent him pictures and stuff like that of blood. And his immediate response was that it's all muscle blood and the shot was too far forward. Like I said, I had told him that the shot did look a little forward, and he just confirmed that. And so yeah, his knowledge and wisdom was awesome. And pretty much what he told me was, any situation like that, it is better to be back than it is to be forward. There's nothing vital forward. And so if you hit back, you on a 1/4 shot like that, if you're behind that shoulder 1 inch, 2, 3 inches, you're going to catch possibly the backside of a lung. You're going to catch a liver, and you'll probably get a stomach. And so all depends on how hard he's quartering. All 3 of those are fatal. And there's nothing in front of the shoulders that are fatal. So never hug that shoulder. This is just, coming off of this one experience. Don't hug that shoulder too close on a 1/4 shot. The other thing that I can think of that could have happened in this is I could have got some sort of deflection off of that shoulder to kick me in this situation farther to the left or farther forward. And so if I was already a little bit forward, and then if I got any deflection, you never know what happens once that arrow makes its initial penetration. So just don't hug that shoulder. Stay back off it a little bit on those 1/4 shots, and hopefully you have better luck than I did. So last piece is the dog tracker that I got in contact with was absolutely amazing. He gave me so much information and was so willing and eager to help. We didn't end up bringing a dog out based on everything that we had went over. He pretty much stated, right off the bat, that my deer was not dead. I ended up tracking that deer well over a mile, and he never bedded down. He never went to thick cover. He ended up going straight to a food source. And not even a standing cornfield, he went straight to a hayfield. And so he wasn't searching for cover. He never acted wounded, let alone like on a death run. So I'm completely sure that deer is okay. The only thing that would have killed him now is infection. So all this being said, the next video I have coming your way is awesome. It is absolutely, if I don't kill another deer this year, this next hunt that you will see is, it makes the entire deer season. It was, as a father, an absolutely amazing hunt. So make sure that one will be coming out in a couple days, but make sure you're ready. That will be out, and we're super excited. Keep following along. We're just getting into the best hunting. All right.